everybody. So in this tutorial I'm going to continue the series of installing Arch Linux. As you can see, I've already logged in my VM, which and this is where we left. So hopefully you guys can see. But if you are not able to see, I have already SSH'd into it. As you can see, the username has changed because I've added a username, because the I was not able to log in as a root user. I'll show you the command, but adding a user is important, so I'll show you that command. Okay. So in this video, our goal is to set up a display server, install a window manager, and make the system usable. Okay. So we'll start by adding a new user. I have already done it, but I'll show you the command. The command is here, this thing, which is user add -m, which says to create a home directory. Capital G is for adding the groups in which the user will be. Wheel is the group, because we'll configure sudo so that we'll have root privileges. And then the name of the user. I have given the name of the user as Coder, because Dr. J Coder. So okay. So yeah, so run this command and then it will create a user. Okay. So next we'll set up a password for the user. So you can just type passwd. It's not the whole word password. It's only passwd. Passwd. Okay. Then the name of the user. Okay. And then hit enter. It will prompt you for a password. Give the password, retype it, and then you are good to go. Okay. Our next step is to configure sudo. Let's first check if we have sudo installed. Okay, we have sudo installed. But if you don't, you can just run this command. Yeah, before that, after this command, you need to log in as that user. So to do that, you can just type the exit command. I'm not going to do that because it will exit the SSH connection. After you hit the exit command, after hitting enter, you will again go back to the login screen. Then log in with your newly created user. Okay. After that, you can, as you can see, I have already sudo installed. But if you don't, you can just type this command: sudo pacman, which is the package manager for Arch Linux, -S, and then sudo. Okay. When you hit enter, it will install sudo. Okay. Next step is to configure sudo. To do that, you can just type. Wait, I don't think I have sudo privileges now. Okay. For a small period of time, you need to log in for the as the root user again. So I'll just go in the VM and show it in here. Okay. Do I have Vim installed? Okay. I don't have Vim. Vim is a text editor if you are wondering. Okay. So now we have to edit a config file. In my notes here, as you can see, the command is this. If I had Vim installed, I will run this command, but I don't. So I'll change this to nano. Nano is again a text editor. We'll run this command, okay? Which is editor equal nano, then vi sudo. Oh, nano also doesn't like this. Let's then install an editor. I'll directly install NeoVim, which is a text editor. Oh, NeoVim is installed. Okay, then we'll do editor equal nvim. Now hit enter. If you again see the error, which is when you run the command like this. If you see this error, you can just install nano by just typing this command: sudo pacman -S nano. Okay, but in this case I have NeoVim installed, so I'll just run that command again. Where is it? Oh. Editor equal nvim vi sudo. Okay, hit enter. Go down. You will find a line which says %wheel all equal in brackets all. you need to remove the hashtag from the beginning. Okay? Simple. What's the percentage sign? Wait, let's try. Okay. After this, close. Okay, done. Now let's exit and then log in again. Now let's do an update. Okay, we are getting the password prompt. Okay, we'll add an. Okay, so we have configured our root privileges. Okay, so I'll close this now. Okay, so just remove the hashtag from the beginning. Okay, which was here. I'll show you one second. Which is this one. Okay, it was something like this. Remove the hash from the beginning. Save and exit. If you are a nano, it's control. I don't remember, but it will be written at the bottom of the screen. Okay, you can follow that. Okay, so now we have configured our system to have root privileges. Our next step is to install video drivers. Okay, now again get back to your username, your user, and then start installing the video drivers. We can do that by typing sudo pacman -S and then S and then xf86-video. This will list all the video drivers that are available. Okay. Now, if you are on a physical machine, it depends on the graphics you are using. Okay. So if you are using an AMD card, you should install the xf86-video-AMD GPU. If you are on an Intel card, you should install xf86-video-Intel. Or if you are on an NVIDIA card, you should install two packages. Okay, I'll show you. Okay. For installing the video drivers for an AMD card, you should type the command sudo pacman -S xf86-video-AMD GPU. Okay. After you hit enter, it will prompt you for the password. Hit enter again. It will prompt you if you want to continue. Hit again hit enter. By default, it will choose yes, and then you will get it installed. If you are on an Intel card, you can just type xf86-video-Intel instead of xf86-video-AMD GPU. Okay. If you are on an AMD card, you should have two programs, NVIDIA and NVIDIA-Utils. Okay. Hit enter and then your display manager is set up. Okay. Nothing to do. If you are on a VM, you need to install this xf86-video-QXL. This is a video driver for the VMs. Okay. So I'll just install this. This video driver is important as it will give us the support for graphics. Okay. Okay. It's done now. Our next step is to install Xorg. What is Xorg? You'll ask. I'll show you. Xorg. Xorg is the free and open source implementation of the X Windows System Display Server. This means that this is basically a display server, Windows System Display Server. Okay, it's basically a display server which will enable us to use which will enable us to use the graphics we just installed. Okay, so for installing this, the command is very simple. Again, sudo pacman -S xorg. Hit enter. There is about 48 packages to be installed. I'll just hit enter and let this complete. Okay, so let it complete and yeah, let's see what we will do after this. Okay. So after we have installed Xorg, now we are able to now we are able to start a graphical environment because this will enable us to do that. Okay. So let's wait for that. and I'll come back when it's done. So as you can see that Xorg is finished installing, so we'll continue with our installation. So our next step is to install our window manager, which is the most important one. So we are going to install DWM. It is a suckless utility. So if you go in the DWM page, as you can see, DWM is a dynamic window manager for X. It manages windows in a tiled, monocle and floating layouts. So it's a dynamic window manager and it's very lightweight. For me, in my build, it only takes about 180 MB when it is still. So that's a pretty neat. That's a pretty less footprint. So for installing it, just you need to copy this command, which is a git command, git clone git.suckless.org/dwm. Okay, simple command. I'll get in here and then I'll paste the command. Git's not found. Okay. Yeah, before that, I want to show you something else. Sometimes the installation may pause. Okay, simply pause. If it pauses, the best thing you can do is run this command, sudo pacman -sy, which will sync all the repositories, and then after that, if you again run the installation command, it will then run flawlessly. Okay. Now we need to install git. So there is a package known as base-devel, which we need it afterwards. So we'll install it now only because it has git installed. It has git in it. So to do that, we can just type sudo pacman -S base-devel. Give your password. Hit enter. Hit enter. So this will take some time. So I'll be back when it's done. So as you can see, guys, that the base-devel package is installed. So our next step is to install DWM. So we can just copy this command, copy, and then we'll paste it, hit enter. Oh, still not get installed. Okay. We needed that base-devel package to create to make packages when we installed it from the Arch user repository. We'll do it in this episode, but not now. We'll do it after installing the graphical environment. Okay. Yeah. So Git is installed. Now we'll just run that command. Hit enter. It is cloning it. So yeah, let's wait. I'll not pause the video because it will not take that much time. Until that, we'll see the features of DWM. Okay. Yeah, DWM is configured in the C programming language. So it's not required that you know C, but it helps. But it's very easy to configure. I'll show you. Okay. I'll even give you my build so that you can just copy it. Oh, wait. Instead of doing this, I'll just remove DWM. I'll just go to my DWM build. Yeah, so this is my DWM build, which has the same configuration. You can just go to github.com/tanushbanerjee/DWM. I'll add this link in the description. And then you can just clone this. So I'll just copy the URL, get in here, and then just git clone paste. Okay. As you can see, the DWM folder is there. Now before compiling it, I'll also install dmenu. So git clone https://git.success.dmenu. This is the same URL to install DWM, but instead of DWM at the end, we can just type dmenu. Now it will clone dmenu. It's a very short program. Dmenu is the run launcher so that you can run programs. Okay, this thing, as you can see at the top. So yeah, after this is done, now we have dmenu installed. Yeah, ST, the terminal. I am using Luke Spitz build. He's a YouTuber, and he has a very nice build of ST, which has a lot of cool features, and I happen to like those. So I'm going to show you how to install this. So you can just copy this URL. I'll add all the commands in the description, and then just git clone this also. And okay, now let's start by making DWM. So we'll just go into DWM, and then we'll do make, and then sudo make install. Done. Okay. Now we have nvim. Yes. So if I just see the config file, this is just optional. Optional. I just want to see what are the settings I used. As you can see, I have used a custom font, JetBrains Mono. The font as in the above. What else have I used? I'm just formatting the code. It is not required. I just want to see what else I have used. Are there any dependencies for it? I don't think so. Okay, let's see. Okay. So we have to install JetBrains Mono because I have used it. I don't know what font is by default installed in Arsenal, so I just installed JetBrains Mono. To do that, okay. So let's make it first, and then after getting inside, we'll install JetBrains Mono. That will be good. So make. It will give some warnings, but no worries. Sudo make install. Done. Okay, we have installed a window manager. I have to zoom in, sorry. Then we'll go to dmenu, and then make, and then sudo make install. Done. And now we'll go to st, then make, sudo make install. Done. So now we have installed all the packages we need. Now let's boot into our window manager. Okay. To do that, go to your home directory. Yes. And then create a file named nvim, or the editor you want, nano or nvim dot xinitrc. Hit enter. It will open a buffer. Let's see. I'll just close this for now. xinitrc example. If I can get an example for this. Okay, so the file is here. So I'll just copy this thing. Copy. And then paste. Hit enter. Wait. Is it already already installed. Okay, so for booting into the window manager, you should have this package xon-x init, which will enable us to use the graphical environment. Okay. After this, we can run this command, and then we'll go to our xinit-rc. Now you should go at the bottom. After you have gone to the bottom, you should just remove these things. The lines which I have highlighted. Okay, just remove these, and then just type exec dwm. As simple as that. Okay, this will execute dwm. Done. Now I'll exit out of this thing and I'll log in with my. Yes. Now the moment of, let's run this command. Start and the text. Hit enter. Let's wait for a minute. And boom! As you can see, I have a cursor here. It's not that great, but it works. As you can see, I can open a terminal. The font is fully broken, as you can see. The font is. I just switch to full screen here. Oh, yes. I just before that I just give a nice resolution. What's my resolution? It's 1360. Okay, it's full screen. As you can see, nothing, no wallpaper, nothing, bare bones. Okay. Now we'll start by installing an AUR package manager, which will help us get packages from the Arch user repository, which I have told you in the first video. Okay. To do that, you can just type git clone https://aur.archlinux.org. I'll try to zoom in. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, the font is completely broken. We'll fix that now. https://aur.archlinux.org/paru. Okay, paru. Wait. Okay, we'll start with paru. This will take a decent amount of time. Okay, hit enter. The cloning will not take time. The installation of paru will take time because it will install the Rust programming language. Then cd into the paru directory, and then we'll see a package build file. This is where our base devil package comes in. Okay, so for building this package, you need to run this command. Make, this is make, M-A-K-E, PKG, space, -si. Hit enter. Let's wait, what will happen? Let's see. It's taking longer than usual. Hello? Okay, I think it's doing something. So I'll pause the video and I'll be back when it's done, okay? So as you can see that paru is already installed. I have installed it. I have cleared the screen so that now you are not able to see. So next step is to install JetBrains mono. We'll do that by just typing paru and then JetBrains. This will search the whole Arch user repository for the JetBrains package. So I can see it, the first one, JetBrains mono. So I just download it. And I just quit out of DWM and start it again. Okay, so as you can see, the font is now good. I'll just xrandr. This is not required. This is only who are trying this in the VM. Okay, so we have done this. Okay, now we have a functional distribution. Now let's add a wallpaper. So we'll install a package known as Nitrogen. So let's wait. Till that time, yes, I'll give you a walkthrough of the config file. The things needed to know. The board, this thing sets as you can see, there is an orange line. This thing sets that. Then snap, I don't know, I'll see. Okay, swallow floating, yeah, this is important. So there is a patch which is swallow. I'll talk about that later. So this indicates that do you want to even remove the floating windows. So I'll show you. Okay, so I'll just format this. Gap IH inside horizontal gaps, IV inside vertical, outer horizontal, outer vertical. So this will set the gaps, as you can see here. Okay, so Nitrogen is installed. It will also install some wallpapers. So this is the package. Yes. Let's just we'll install the web browser first. Okay. So to do that, you can just type sudo pacman-capital S Firefox or whatever you want. I'm going to install Firefox. Okay, so this will take some time and I'll be back when it starts. Three, two, one, go. So Firefox is now installed. Firefox is now installed. So to run Firefox, you can just, the key binding in my build is mod D. So it's mod D. So just mod is the super key, the Windows key. You just press super plus D and it will open a nice selection menu. You can just type Firefox and then hit enter. And then it will open up Firefox for you. This is the first time, so it will take a little bit of time. And there is your Firefox. Okay. So that's Firefox. Now let's see the setup. Let's leave these for now. Okay, we'll get a nice wallpaper. So Arch Linux wallpaper, wall P. Okay. Let's go to images. Let's take this one is cool. I like this one. I'll take this one. Oh, not this one. I'll take this. just right click, let's do save image as, and oh, love, what's happening? We'll just open image tab. It's a web feed. Okay, let's see something else. We'll take the first one. Then you can take whatever you want. I just want to show you how to add a wallpaper. Okay, I'll take this. This is looking nice. So I'll just save image. Okay, I saved it. Now for setting the wallpaper, again mod D and then type nitrogen. Hit enter and nitrogen will appear. Go to preferences and then click on add, and then wherever you have downloaded the your wallpapers, you can just click on that folder and then hit enter. Double click. Why is it not working? Yeah. So select done and then hit OK. Then you'll see your wallpapers. Select the wallpaper you want to add and then select zoomed fill and then hit apply, and you'll see that your wallpaper is applied. Let's do scale. Okay, so now it's applied. So yeah, now you have a fully functional distribution. Okay, so my font, I don't know what happened, but I'll check it out. Okay, now I'll just give you a little bit of tour of the config files and we'll be done for today. In the next video, I'll show you how to set up a Pulse audio installation so that you will hear sound. So now I'll just give you a quick walkthrough about the config file. So this is the config file of DWM. Yeah, so here you can add the fonts you want to add. Phantasm is the icon font. I don't have any icons now, but I used to have icons, but I removed it. Yeah, so and these are the layouts you can use: tile, monocle, spiral. Okay, before config file, I'll just show you how to use this. Okay? Simple, basic. If you press mod plus enter, it will open a terminal. Okay. Mod plus enter, return. Okay. Enter. It is opening terminals. Okay. Mod plus enter is a terminal command. Okay. And if you can launch other applications by pressing mod D and then type whatever you want. ST is the terminal. I can open the terminal like that also. If I want a browser, I just Firefox and it will open it for me. Okay. That's basic opening and closing. What else? Yeah, basic opening and closing application. Yeah, closing application. Let's say you open a terminal. If you want to close this application, press mod, the super key, plus Q. It closes the window. It's closing the window, as you can see. Okay. So that is the key binding for closing the window. Okay. Yeah, these are the workspaces, as you can see at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Workspaces are basically, you can say, groups of windows which are of a specific type. So let's say you have a workspace for the terminals. So let's say the first workspace is for the terminals. I can do my terminal work here. Okay. If you want to switch to the second workspace, you can just press mod plus 2, and it will go to the second workspace. Here, let's say we'll open up Firefox. Okay, it opened in the first workspace. Now let's say if we want to move this window, which is a focused window, to the second workspace, we can do that by pressing mod and then shift and then the workspace number on which you want to send this focused window to. In this case, the second workspace. So mod shift 2. And if you go to the second workspace now, Firefox is there. Again, mod Q to close it. Okay. What else is needed for a beginner? I'll just go to the config file and check if something is required. Oh, it's already open. Okay, let's scroll down. Okay, these are the things. In the next video, I'll explain each of these lines, each one of these lines. I just want to see if something is. Yeah, okay. This thing. This is important. So I have some key bindings for opening Firefox and then opening my utility for connecting to networks. So my previous was Brave, so I have not installed Brave in this VM, so I changed it to Firefox. So after you have changed anything in the config file, you should again compile the DWM program. So make and then sudo make install, and then if you press mod shift and then Q, it will exit DWM. And then if you again run the statix command, it will run DWM again. I have to change the screen resolution again. So done. Okay. So now if you press mod W, yeah, it should open up Firefox. Okay. What else is required? Yeah, if you press mod shift W, these are the key bindings I have added to my build, but you can change these. I'll show you in the next video how to change this. This will open the network manager TUI application, which will help you to connect to Wi-Fi networks. Okay, I'm on a VM, so I'll not have anything because it is directly connected to my Wi-Fi network, so it is identifying as an Ethernet. So yeah, that's basically it now. Yeah, one thing. As you can see, my wallpaper is gone. Okay, so again, if every time if I want to open Nitrogen and then hit apply again, that will be a very tedious task. So to get over this, you can just open your xinit.rc and nvim.xinit.rc, go to the bottom, and before exec DWM, type this command, nitrogen -- restore. and then an ampersand for making it as a background process. Okay. Now save this file, and now if we quit and then start again, boom, as you can see we have a wallpaper. I can again set our resolution, so I can automatically set my resolution to this. As you can see, the wallpaper is broken. Again, nitrogen dash restore, and boom, we have a wallpaper. Let's patch that to the resolution. So again, we'll open our .xnitrc. You can basically think this as an auto start file. Whatever you want to auto start, you can just tag it here. Let's add xrender-s and then my resolution, and then I'll close and quit, and then let's see if this works. And as you can see, the resolution is fine. Everything is fine. The font size is a little big because the default I kept this little. I made this little bit for for easier visibility. Yeah, and that's it for today. Anything else? If I'm missing, I'll just see. Yeah. Okay, I'll talk about these later. Okay. So yeah, that's it for today. So today we have installed a graphical environment, we have installed a browser, we have set a wallpaper and resolution. Okay. So this is a fully functional desktop environment, but the only catch is that we still not are able to hear the sound. So in the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to set up a pulse audio installation, which will enable us to hear the sound. Okay. So yeah, I'll just shut down the VM because that's it for today. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, and in the next video, as I said I'll install the pulse audio, and thanks for watching.